Cassandra. I tried to look a little bit where the Stardust plants are, but I don't see how the locations are anything in any way related to any specific trees. Um, I don't get the connection there. I'm not sure if I misunderstood something with the werewolf quest or not. It's been so long since I recall any dialogue or anything other from it. I think I want to try to go through the actual documentation and any kind of logs we have about it before trying to do anything with that. So I think we're gonna face Cassandra and head for the Source Temple. Try to get somewhere with that at least.
Always the only one, Ahu. I need you back, and I shall have you back. Centuries I've seen devoid of a single instance of affection.
I wonder why.
I'm guessing an army of
dies.
corpses will join the fight
Everything
here.
you behold withers. You are the queen of Source Hunter. How glad I am to see you. Tread carefully. Weigh your every... You hit the nail on the head. No! That is who... So stop her, Hunter. For the love of the Seven, stop Cassandra. To be human for all time is a fate worse to me than death.
Okay, I have obtained some stasis burn. It, along with your cat form, is yours if you wish it.
Source Hunter. Words fail me, like they should a mere animal. Consciousness I will never be able to leave behind, but the taint of humanity all the more. Thank you. For every star in the sky, may the divines bless you. Nothing can deny my true self now. I am Cat. As before, Cassandra. Not even your vile magics can change that now.
Your petty victory will end in defeat, my dear. I have eternity itself to craft new spells.
As have I. No lich will hold sway over my body or soul.
They're trying to break through the cage. Arhu created frozen blood. So it's attacking blood. Arhu has a lot of action points and attacks, but they're not landing on Cassandra. What is she anyway? 3,000 and nothing special. I don't see anything special about her. Sort of remarkable overall. I doubt much will work on her. I have to try the best we can though. Yeah, she's not gonna survive this, which is a shame. I doubt she'll get a turn. Piercing, vulnerability, everything will work, although not all that well. Soul Sap. Failed. Massive resistance to it through willpower. So you should have weakened that first. Or resistance is. Failed. Rebuilding. Well, we basically waste our effort. I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Brute force. I didn't buff myself, I debuffed my own character. When you don't watch what you're actually doing. I'm doing half damage, so you are barely damaging it. Just shaking my head. Nothing else you can do with it. I fucked up. Still weak.
No more resistance than a cow.
Don't really want him to try to heal up.
Wasting embrace.
And 2 points aren't much though. Whatever. I fucked up royally, but I think we can still recover. Yeah, now the trouble starts. Corpse piles are starting to pop up. So many creatures. Doesn't really matter too much though. Except that there's quite a lot of them and they'll all act. Yeah, it should have ended on the first turn. Bolt stricken. Arhu is gonna waste my time again because he can't actually exit the cage. But it'll try, the AI will try. I probably should focus on taking down Cassandra. The summoned creature will probably disappear the moment that happens. They are not summoned creatures, technically, apparently. Should be able to remove frozen status. Need to get closer. She should be weak to the damage type Scarlet does anyway. If I can slow her down, she would also do more damage, 50% more, right? There's way too much trouble here. Oh, the earthquake. I don't think Cassandra will be able to do anything after this turn.
My heart is steeled!
Scarlet will finish this. Arhu, if you're not going to actually do anything, could you just skip your turn, please? What spell was there?
I moved there.
I've accidentally removed something from there, I think.
Back on my feet again.
Into the fray once more. Sweet relief.
I needed that.
On the mend.
Well, whatever it is, I don't know what it could
Bless the seven, I am restored.
be. Probably not that important then. Soul Forge Repair Ritual. Coffin Feeder.
Ooh. I've got my eyes on the prize.
Cassandra. She is no more. The woman who gave me a new soul. The woman I loved. The sweet girl once ruined by her demonic brother.
Thinking of buying some of the equipment out of this guy. Simply because I don't know if he's going to get the hell out of here or what. Had to be done, Arho.
I know. Though it pains me still. All I can do is remind myself that the true Cassandra died the day Brachus took her down into his dungeons. Still, to remind oneself is easy. To accept is not. But let not my torn heart belittle your triumph, Hunter. The Lich is no more, and these woods will wake from a nightmare spun over centuries. I thank you for freeing me and freeing Phantom Forest. Now please, let me return to the shelter plane and gather my thoughts. It has been a long, tough day.
This has been for Ahu.
Finally, it has come to an end, if a bittersweet one.
It doesn't appear like there's anything of interest here besides Cassandra. So there might be more interesting things here. What exactly is the change of getting rid of Cassandra, for example? We got a couple of items we might be able to read. Ah, crap. Who exactly got it though? Soul Forge Repair Ritual. Two souls once forged may never truly part. She with the will to restore them is granted. With this spell the means. Collect the two estranged souls and speak this spell. Knit together what was torn apart. heal what was violated. That is important. Still, that wasn't the only thing, was it? All items latest added, please. Make invisible. 100% chance to set invisible status for 5 turns. This would be perfect pretty much. It's arrow there though. Nether swap and storm. Storm isn't probably that interesting. I don't want to switch it out either. I have way too much carry weight. I can probably easily reduce it though. Wait, good amount of items. Intelligence, fire resistance, air resistance, initiative doesn't require anything. What's your armor? It's another way to get intelligence points, so we could cycle certain item pieces out. I don't think it's a particularly useful item anymore, mainly because of what we have in our other items. So that couple of points of intellect isn't that valuable anymore. This could be useful. Our helmets are fairly out of date. Blessed heavy leather helmet of fire. 45 armor, plus 2 constitution, plus 1 leadership, 100 hit points for my eyes versus plus 1 constitution. Leadership initiative. Yeah, you'll get a new helmet out of this. Same armor class, massively better abilities. Warrior's boots. Bartering immunity slowed some resistances. Isn't a particularly good pair of boots. The main problem is armor class is too low. I suppose the immunity being slowed could be somewhat useful. Maybe a new weapon for the rogue. Yeah, massively more damage. 10% increase in critical hit chance. 25% chance to set blinded. Blinded is actually fairly strong disabling ability. That should not be underestimated. It's not quite stun, but it's very good. And the damage is, especially this weapon, is a piece of shit. Like level 15, level 15. It's a tenebrium weapon, that's the only thing going for it, I guess. It is not good. 20% chance to stun. I think we should significantly try to upgrade the Baleful Knight's Mercy Giver of Blinding. Even without any upgrade, it's a competitive weapon. So if we improve it a little bit, put a couple of enchantments on it, it should be superior. Coffin Feeder, one-handed weapon, so no use for it. Shield Specialist, Constitution, Tenebrium Resistance, Initiative, chance to set Bleeding, unlocks Flurry. Tenebrium Resistance, Shield Specialist, lockpicking. nothing particularly bad about them, but the abilities attached to them are always terrible. Competitive armor. This has resistances which we can always add, and inflict frozen on contact, but that's about it. There's nothing special about this. This has resistances, inflict burning on contact, so more or less the same, but the special ability is weaker. And only one guy could use it with Armor Specialist 3, while this requires nothing. The Armor Specialist demand might actually be removed if you craft or blacksmith this item. It might like the negative movement. So I'm not sure about that. Either way, I don't see this being really interesting. Right, what I do see as interesting is the sword, and or Mercy Giver, and we've seen so few of these decent ones, so I think I'll actually try to do something about it right now. I'm not sure if I even need blacksmithing abilities. Crafting should probably do it. I might be no. Might have to switch someone else in. I basically need to coat it with Tenebrium, then craft it a little bit. The big problem is that it does require a little bit of Tenebrium to actually do the necessary crafting, and I don't have the coins. But someone else does. We'll switch out Madora. Madora cannot contribute to this.
I can predict.
Don't recall, was it Wolfgraf who had the necessary skills? Probably.
What's on your mind?
Ready to advance, ready to defend, but what'll...
What's on your mind? Most excellent.
Yeah, he has the necessary crafting skills, necessary blacksmithing skills. No, let's go. Do I... Are these tools not enough? I don't actually recall what I can do. Just a little bit of extra damage. We need to add, we can add one elemental damage type on top of it. What do you have? Air. The other weapon, don't recall it, what it had. Air. I'm not sure about the air. It might be better to have something else. Anything but fire. Fire is resistant, surprisingly often. Actually, the air isn't all that bad. There's very few things that are completely immune to air. Still, I don't think blacksmithing will help here anymore. What? Lost its Nepean damage. Yeah, if it's not a Tenebrium weapon to begin with, it loses the damage, so I definitely would wait. How in the hell did you get this then? With air and Tenebrium? Was the air enchantment part of the original? Or, okay, let's try one more thing. If I add another Tenebrium layer to this enchantment, does it replace the air? Or maybe it's just that if you use an elemental essence on it, it basically overrides existing damages, but Tenebrium might not. So it could be important in what sequence to actually apply some of these effects. No. I think it has the damage, but it has to be part of the natural enchantment of the weapon. I would still choose Tenebrium. So some targets have been immune to everything but Tenebrium damage, so I would choose Tenebrium. And it's all for nothing then, isn't it? A little bit of a more damage and medium damage. Yeah, the critical hit chance increase alone though will make this worthwhile. 10% is hard to get. Our normal chance is 12, and that's from perception and gear and leadership. So it would be pathetic. It'll more or less double it. That's a significant increase.
Ready to advance, ready to defend, but
I smell most excellent.
What type of dagger can we produce? How the fuck do you produce daggers? Improved. But custom made. It is you need to use knives. Right, so you can't actually do it. I could probably make certain basic weapons from it, but yeah, it's Tenebrium is more of a improvement material than anything else, I guess. (16 to 27 Tenebrium damage. Is there any benefit from just heating these things up in a forge? Improved dagger. Tormented soul, poison. If these also override the special abilities. I'm not so sure. I don't even recall what some of these do, especially the tormented souls. I recall I have quite a few of them. Some of these could actually stack. Did add a strength and dexterity benefit to it. Yep. Dexterity will be useful. What about what does Shadow Essence do on a weapon? On armor, I think it created some kind of sneak effect on it or something along those lines. Cannot be combined. Well, nice it. Hard to remember something that isn't actually a thing. That sort of does remind me though. I am curious to see what does the Tormented Soul do on an armor? Surely you do have an armor of your own. +1 initiative. It's not a valid person. It's a good weapon. The damage comes from a couple of different sources, so it's not quite as high as with the other weapon, but it's close to it. Also it has the extra 2 in dexterity, which also always helps. The +2 strength would also probably help with equipment, but that's not important. The biggest difference is the +10% in critical chance. That's a massive boost. We could get it quite a bit higher too. Have to keep an eye out for those type of effects. Yeah, this would be one. Damage it would be lower, but it seems to have a natural air damage already. +9% critical hit chance increase, +3 perception, which also does increase critical hit chance. +25% chance to set stun status. So this is, we need a level up basically before we can start using this. The damage is slightly less. You can't get around that particular attack. However, it's not massively less. And critical hit chance should basically become 1 in 4 hits. Maybe a little bit more even, because of 3 perception means it'll be around 29%. An increased chance of stunning targets. We would lose a little bit of movement, but yeah, I think there's something there.
What's on your mind? You're lost, Governor.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense us. Onward!
Right. Guess we'll go to the temple. I've got a few other places I could go to, other things to explore and so on and so on, but temple is our big problem at the moment. Let's start at the entrance sessions. I want to review everything I've done so far. Because nothing I've done in maybe the last couple of sessions has made any kind of difference here. Or brought new information. I still don't understand what the fuck do you do with soap. What is this? We probably gained interest for that. You have your own... yeah. Expensive to use, but outside of combat it hardly matters. Spot something new, give me new ideas. This should be just a passage to enter the temple proper. There should be nothing of real interest here. I suppose this might be an exception. Not sure what you could possibly find here though. We need to get some kind of interaction of some kind going. Otherwise, I think we're gonna end up stuck in the same way we've been stuck previously. But we do have one path. The Earth key allowed us to make passage. It was the Guardian that I had trouble with, but that's about it. That's at least a passage we can proceed with. So. I'm very well aware that these candles very likely are not gonna influence anything. But I sort of want some kind of reaction out of something. Anything. Nothing to interact or keep with the Titan kid. There's really 3 passages to go to. Here there was a block. We don't have the key, so that's totally out of the question. This had a guardian and was annoying, but I think that's a way through. Here we had a obvious secret door that I don't know how to open. There were a couple of statues here. This one is has energy flowing through it. These two have not. And I am not sure why. Does it have a meaning? Doesn't seem like I can interact with any of them no matter what I do, so... I'll quickly visit the library. I think the path with the Earth access is what we should do. Yeah, I think I could try a lot of things, but this is pretty much the only thing where we have a definite path forward. There is no real obvious reason why we couldn't proceed with this path. It's just troublesome, but that's troublesome is not the same as impossible. We could also use simply an invisibility, I guess, to move past this. Alternatively, block its vision with something. Can we throw things? Uh, there are no easy access to anything significant weight or size rather in this case.
Intruder spotted! Intruder spotted!
We might be able to jump from safe area to safe area.
Intruder spotted! Intruder spotted!
Scarlet, I think, has the best chance. Still, this guy is definitely troublesome, so I'm pretty sure I have invisibility potion or two somewhere. Could have a spell scroll too. A large invisibility. 15 turns. Yeah, that's maybe a bit too much. 5 turns, probably more than enough. And we can just teleport them once we pass it. We can always use the portals to get out. Yeah, that wasn't hard. Another statue. Okay. Do we need to choose which one to destroy again? Airgate. So easy progress again. Not that complicated. Although, not everyone has invisibility abilities. I stand for the weak and downtrodden, for the poor and the needy. I stand for myself above all heirs, master of my own person, first and foremost. The first, I suppose, you were supposed to sacrifice yourself for others, weren't you? So destroy this. A very wise decision. A pillar of self-awareness lights. Like, okay. Now the choices make much more sense. So it's all about which statues to destroy. Okay. This might be much more simple than I initially thought. Are the Guardian statues still here? Yes.
on my...
Might as
good
well
as a
check
new
the...
penny.
What
On the mend.
opened this?
On the
Ah.
mend. As good as a new penny.
Yeah.
Into the fray once more.
Yeah, I don't actually recall what opened this.
Into the fray once more.
Ah. Yeah, I was supposed to take equipment. We've been bombarded with a lot of traps and lava and God knows what, so... Equipment is pretty much at half health, so not in great shape, but not in immediate danger either. Although definitely not in good shape. We're also fairly close getting to level 20. That should give us a decent equipment boost too. Not a huge, massive one, certain, but on the weaponry front especially, I think we can expect an upgrade at that point. That's excellent. More importantly, progress. Sweet, sweet progress. What is here? Another statue. That's a little bit suspicious. Definitely more statues, but what's the challenge this time? I mean, no sentinels? Blood.
May your arrows fly far.
This is a different type of a statue. Usually they've been the high-fiving ones. This doesn't look like one of those. What were the challenges? Sacrifice for others. Sacrifice yourself for a higher being. And something else.